Hello, everyone. Happy SOULCare Day, Tuesday. I'm just trying to get this right. I'm moving this everywhere because I'm trying to get the right angle and the right lighting for you. Hold on, let's see. Dee dee. I just finished working out. That's good. Hello there. I just finished my Pilates class, so I'm a little out of breath, but I feel very strong. I have my cup of joe. I love a good cup of coffee in the morning. And it's rainy here in California, San Diego. It's cloudy and rainy. It's supposed to rain all week, which is okay with me. I love the rain. The plants are going to be beautiful. I hope everyone had a great weekend. And yesterday, sorry, but Maisie wanted to stay sleeping, so I have to go with Maisie. She wanted to stay in bed, so I said, okay, I'll follow your schedule for once, stay in bed with you, and it was great. I don't feel guilty for sleeping in, do you? I don't. I'm finding it very interesting over the weekend. I went to Target for the first time in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and I waited outside in the line. And I didn't have a mask like I should have because it's been on order for a long time. So I ended up wearing my jacket. It's really bad. That was me. Like I was going to rob the place. But I got in and got it very quickly. So I stayed in the line outside for 10 minutes, and someone said, this is a pickup line. And I said, oh, I don't need to be here. I just need to go in and get something and come out. So that was quite an interesting experience. Energetically, I don't want to go back. So I'm staying in my house for 2 weeks. And I think I might order stuff online. That's probably smart. But everybody's ordering things online. Hi, Maisie May. She's out there, my girl. So I find it very interesting observation-wise when you observe things. And I'm totally in observation mode during this, but before this also. But especially now because I want to see how people's reactions and how people are. And, you know, there are still people that are socializing, I find. And I'm like, they have masks on, but they're still socializing within 6 feet. It's like, that's not working for everybody else. So it's a time to think of each other, not just yourself. That's very, very important. I mentioned last week I read Thomas Campbell, who's a physicist, philosopher, mathematician, metaphysician, and he's probably one of the most incredible people I've ever seen, heard speak. Very simple truths, but very well presented. Makes a lot of sense. I wrote some notes down, and this is just pulling it from the whole, he did about an hour speech. It's about cooperation, caring for other people. Cooperate, caring. He said that we are souls, very similar to the language I use, but differently, but the same meaning. He said souls come here to grow up. So you have baby souls, you have kindergarten souls, grade school souls, just like I say. So we are here to grow up. That's what we're here for. So we go through lessons to grow up. And he said, and love is for others. So when you have love, you think about others. But fear is about self. So fearful people tend to be self-centered. That was very interesting. And when you're in fear, he said, it heightens your stress, of course, and your anxiety. And the one thing about fear, which I've heard before, we've known this, but hear it again, it's bad for our biochemistry makeup because stress is that fight or flight condition, and the body gets like this. So we have to be careful we don't go in fear all the time. Just a couple of things he said. Only when you are comfortable and confident that all is right with the world will you let your fear go. The world is exactly as it is and needs to be. You will find peace for humanity. With lessons that need to be learned and understood, everybody is doing the best they can at the level that they're at, which is true. People at the best level, at the level that they're at, all different levels. So we come here at the school with kindergarten students and first grade students and postgraduate students, and sometimes you're dealing with people who don't have any clue whatsoever. Have no clue. And you have to, if you judge them, they won't understand it. They'll just push their buttons to fight because they don't understand another way out. They just don't know it yet. They're not aware of it. They have the experience of it. So I could see that with the president, he's at a certain level. I wouldn't get political, but it's obvious that there's certain things he's not aware of, which is just the level he's at. So, and there are many people in our life we deal with day to day who are at a certain level. That obviously could be lessons for us to be more patient, maybe to help them instead of judging them, to give them possibilities of things. It's very, very important that we do that. And stop beating ourselves up because they're not seeing things our way. They can see things and do the best they can at the level that they're at, right? Then you will find peace. The world is exactly as it's meant to be. Everyone is here at different levels. We entertain, I'm trying to read my writing here. Right. That soul can make the best choices they possibly can with what they know. So we also can make the best choices, good, loving choices, if that's the best we know. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't realize that we can't forgive somebody, but really forgiveness is the only way to heal. But something within us cannot heal, cannot forgive. What is that something within us that can't forgive? Why can't we see another part of it, another aspect of this situation? Maybe the person that hurt you is fearful. Maybe they're self-centered. They're in themselves. They can't see outside themselves. So they can't see the bigger picture. So that might be possible. How can we grow up? Well, the only way to grow up is to choose love. Choose love instead of fear. Change. Dreaming big. We have to send love, give love, and teach love, right? Fear always will hold you back. They're fearful because, the immune system gets hurt. Biochemical immune system, fight or flight or freeze. The energy can only be released if there's love. If there's fear, it stays together, right? It stays at this level. And he said something too, which I say all the time, which I loved. It's the intention behind your thoughts that matter. So it's always the intent behind the thought. That's very, very true. I often think of the analogy of water running, like in a brook, and that our thoughts, negative thoughts or fearful thoughts actually, put rocks in that stream, and it blocks it up, it dams it up a little bit. And the harder the fear, the more it dams it up. So the water can't flow. So start thinking about it that way in all your different types of fear. And the fears usually come from the past, not the present. Accept people the way they are. Judgment will just, I told that before. This is another point he made, Tom Campbell. When a situation happens to somebody, they get caught up in that situation. Why did this happen to me? How could this happen to me? Instead of saying, and it never changes them, they stay in that pain body. How could this happen to me? The right response should be, okay, I've gone through this. What have I learned? Now let's move on. What can I do next? That's a good response to have. Okay, I've learned this. I got this. Now what can I do with that? Moving away from it. Acknowledging it and then moving away from it. So Tom Campbell, someone should look up. He wrote a book, something about the big toe. And he's going to be doing a Zoom lecture in May, which I'm going to go on. I'm going to be on that also. I'm going to be a student. So look up Tom Campbell. It's very good. Today, I want to talk a little bit about self-acceptance, because I was reading this book. I've had this book for years, but you have books for years, and all of a sudden you are able to, you open them one day when it's the right time. So this is a book, Songs of the Heart, and they're psalms, right? So I just want to read this to you. If you want to close your eyes, you can. If you just want to take it in, that's fine. Self-acceptance. You love those who search for truth and wisdom. Center me, for you know my fertility. The dictum, know thyself, which appeared at the shrine of the oracle at Apollo in Delphi in 6th century BC Greece, is one of the oldest directives in Western philosophy. It's good advice. We so often project onto other people the tendencies we fail to recognize in ourselves. I'm going to repeat that. We so often project onto other people the tendencies we fail to recognize in ourselves. In our time, however, the concern is as much about self-esteem as it is about self-knowledge. Both positions are valuable, but both of them are insufficient, I think. Self-knowledge gives us perspective, and self-esteem gives us confidence. But it's self-acceptance that gives us peace of heart. Very true. It implies, of course, that I know myself and value myself. Yes, unless I can simply start my accepting myself, it is possible that neither of the other two dimensions can ever come to life in me. Clearly, even if I know who I am, Even if I admit the truth about myself, if I don't accept what I see there, I can never really value it. So you really have to honor yourself. Worse, I'll live in fear that someone else will see to the core of me and reject me too. How many of us do that? But the pulpist teaches us that precisely where God who birthed us, our loving Mother God, becomes the mainstay, not the menace of our lives. God knows exactly who we are. God knows our frailty. And God accepts it and gathers it. God knows all. God accepts all. God loves us not despite us, but because of it, because of the effort it implies, that the truth it demands. There is glory in the clay of us. There is beauty in becoming. Ooh, you should write that down. There is beauty in becoming. If you write that one down, there is beauty in becoming. I love that. That's why I do the mediumship. When I do mediumship and I see the lights go over people's heads, that they get something, that they understand something, it's an aha moment. That's exactly what it is. The beauty of becoming, the beauty of awareness, the beauty of seeing something very different. That's a big one. That's a real big one. That's why we come back here. The static notion of life, the idea that we can become something and stay that way, is a false one. We face newness all of our lives because life is always moving. We search all our days for truth, and God loves us for the seeking. That we need is not perfection. What we need is a center that stabilizes us in the time of change. It is us as well as around us. So I'm going to repeat that. What we need is a center that stabilizes us in times of change. In us as well as those around us. So we got to be that center. We got to be that grounding. Very, very important. And today is a very special day too, astrologically, which I'm going to share with you because there's some stuff going on in the universe which you should know. The full moon tonight, so you should know about this full moon. I usually feel the full moon 2 days before it happens, and I felt this Saturday very, very strong. Very, very strong. And 2 days, sure enough. And it has to be a really strong full moon for me to feel that. I feel most full moons, but this one was really strong. So I asked my friend Kelly White about it. She said, sure enough, there's a full moon today, and she sent me exactly what it is because it's a strong one. It's in Libra. Let me try to get this. Okay, here we go. Ready? If you want to take notes of this, you can. Okay, on April 7th, 2020, that's today, we have a full moon in Libra at 18 degrees. 18 degrees Libra. The full moon is square, which is square, that's not good, square Jupiter and Pluto. Those are in Capricorn. So Jupiter is in Capricorn and Pluto is in Capricorn. Now remember, Capricorn is a sign about responsibility, limitation, the past, karma, right? That's Jupiter, which is an expansive planet, the planet of luck, but it's growth, but it's being restricted because of Capricorn, which is limiting, okay? So you have that. So full moon is square Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn, and also features an explosive square between Mars, which is battles, confrontations, and Aquarius. And Aquarius is about mental things, right? Invention, scientists, Aquarius. And Uranus in Taurus. And Uranus is disease. And in Taurus is physicalness, okay? The Libra full moon on Tuesday, increases the risks associated with the coronavirus pandemic. This makes an aspect of Neptune that is associated with health imbalances. And Neptune is a planet of illness and infection. So today is the pinnacle of that. The full moon is made more dangerous by Mars square Uranus. Squares are never good. This impulsive influence makes people rebellious and aggressive because Mars is that warlike planet, right? So it makes them impulsive, rebellious and aggressive. Jupiter conjunct, so Jupiter along with Pluto, getting together with Pluto, amplifies the risks. But a positive aspect to Mercury gives understanding and common sense. It means smart thinking and cooperation with friends and neighbors is the key to staying safe and relatively happy during this difficult moon phase. This is a tense, confrontational full moon that will bring issues to the surface, not for the sake of conflict, The full moon is in Libra, remember, because Libra is about balance, but to find solutions and to fix what needs to be fixing. So Libra is all about balance and harmony and fixing. So it's an intense period. So the word for today is cooperation. That's what the word is, cooperation. So it feels very intense right now. I'm feeling pulled left and right. Nothing to do with the virus. I'm just feeling energetically from the astrological point of view, things being pulled left and right. So good day just to stay easy. Do something very easy. Do something maybe with, write a letter to someone. Write a letter to someone that you've always, you need to speak to, that you have a confrontation with, that you're waiting to hear from, that you haven't heard from in a long time. Something that brings peace to it. That would be a really good thing. Try to do that today. Try to make that your mission for the day, cooperation. So write a letter, because Libra is all about harmony and peace and bringing love to someone. So try to do that. Your enemy, one of your enemies, you should have no enemies, but some you don't get along with. Remember, you have to see where they're at. They do the best they can with what they know. So try to go there. Try to teach the third grader about history. Maybe they don't know anything about history. Try to teach them. And just don't push it on them. Just present it to them. Very big difference. Okay? So that's it for today. I hope that helps you. Good luck with this full moon. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.